Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Tuesday, July 7th, 2020. If you're watching the VODs on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can do all of the social stuff through the links below the video, including supporting Pyandon's Mon's development at patreon.com/Pyandon, and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. And Immortal is not late today. Hello, welcome, welcome. Today is a day, I guess. Last time we sort of hit the production goal for the base, and got space science, did quantum computing on and all of that. So today, we're gonna go around the base and look at the vast majority of the base, and in the process, do some updating, because the process of making hot air is a little different now. So I need to adjust a lot. I think also I haven't looked at it actually. The glass has the glass. Yes, the glass also now has a whole molten phase to it. So this is something else now to fix going forward / update and all of that good stuff. Yeah, purified now makes molten. All of this now makes molten, and then there are molten glassware recipes with hot air, molten core, molten sets, molten fibers, as well as the actual glass itself. Then what is the glass going to be used for, ultimately? Looks like it's still used in cladding and other even regular hot air glassware recipes. Don't know if those are supposed to exist. Glassware from glass rather than glassware from molten. But yeah, stuff things. Glass will still be used for a number of buildings. Still used in biocontainers, so still need actual glass, but won't need as much actual glass as previously due to the existence now of molten. Excellent. So the base is dead at the moment. It's just in the process of going through a whole bunch of rather large buffers. But for the moment, if I do science pack, we can see here that the various science packs, all 8 of them, are above 60 per minute, which is the which is the goal. It's the goal. Now, not so much on the 1 hour mark, just because averages and all of that over the past hour, but over the past 10 minutes, yeah, we can see here, it's all been pretty steady above 60, and these numbers will all increase. Specifically, pi science here will increase over the course of this hour until it says that it is above 60. However, this is about to drop precipitously as I run out of stuff due to the need for hot air. So that's what I will do. I need to do the hot air overhaul at the top, and we also need to do the molten glass overhaul. Now, I am noting that all of the original glass recipes still exist, so anything that uses glass to make the stuff, even though they have molten options now, will still function. As far as I'm aware, yes, this here making glassware will still function, and this here making glassware without the refined syngas. Yeah, this still it works. It's fine. It's just I need to now go through a molten step to get my glass. Is that optional, though? Is this straight up broken? No, this is actually seamlessly transitioned into producing molten. And, of course, the molten output is is there, up on the top. So this whole thing, this whole thing needs to be adjusted. But I have beacons, as well as like the ability to make Mark IV stuff, so it'll be fine. Also, I've got like this huge, gigantic buffer of hot stone bricks in order to actually make hot air, like in the emergency immediate, if I really need to. So I'll just take a few of those, stick them in my podiasis. Just a few of them as we continue along our merry little way. Okay, I will need some regenerative heat exchangers, which I have a few of, but could always use more. This isn't going to look particularly correctly through what is it really used for, because it doesn't show temperatures of stuff, but if we do hot air, there are now 4 hot air recipes. There is the basic recipe, which is stone bricks into hot air, and you lose the stone bricks. This has always existed. It is a consumption of stone bricks, or consumption of stone, in order to get hot air to improve your output. This is what you will have access to from the beginning of the game. However, there is now a warm stone brick, a warmer stone brick, and a hot stone brick, giving you progressively increasing amounts of hot air. Now, how do you get these bricks? Well, the hot stone brick, through an unknown key, recipe name, hot-stone-brick, this comes from a warmer stone brick and an outlet gas 4 at a specific temperature. It doesn't actually tell me, and it outputs that same gas at a lower temperature. I don't think there's a way of making this hotter at the moment, of warming this hot air. Ha, King is like, well, damn it. Yeah, unknown key, another unknown key. So I don't know. I don't think that there is a way currently to reheat the outlet gas 4 in the current iteration. But yeah, anyway, so you can use the outlet gas 4 to make warm, warmer, and hot stone bricks. Or for the warm and warmer, you also have the option of using coke oven gas. It is a slower process, though, if you use the coke oven gas. That is like a more the initial process that you will get access to is using coke oven gas, and then you will eventually get access to using the outlet gas 4, which is faster. Does not improve output. It's just way faster, and it like does progressive stuff with temperature and all that. Starting off with a minimum lower temperature, but we need to start somewhere, right? We need to actually start somewhere. So these have a min temp. Yeah, not currently a way to reheat. Not currently a way to reheat, as has been now stated. So, what is the plan for this? Hot stone bricks return stone bricks. So ultimately, it comes down to having hot air on the train network and bringing hot air in everywhere that I need hot air. I will probably have like just individual little offload stations in various places rather than have it like literally in every single train station that exists. I'll have a little single output station bringing the hot air to it to service a larger area. Service stations for hot air, providing it everywhere. So that'll be a thing. I don't even know if I have the proper production of producing enough of this stuff. Oh, by the way, here's more HCl. Still using the Mark 1 bots. I should upgrade those at some point, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Alright, so this stuff has a temperature now, so I have to, like, clean this fluid system to get the correct temperature. Is that it? Yes, 1000 C. 1000 C. Isn't this an amazing feature, by the way? This is a really nice feature, being able to just flush the system. Just immediately delete everything in the system. Because now I'm getting my actual 1000 C temperature gases being produced here. Ah, there is something very important I need to make note of, and that is the fact that the module slot settings are different. Slash, they have been removed completely from Pycoal processing, so now it defaults to exclusively having +1 module per tier across buildings that have modules. So it's 1 module at Mark 1, 2 at 2, 3 at 3, and 4 at 4. For the most part, anything that's not the alien life stuff. So that's your only option now. By default in Pycoal processing, that startup setting has been completely deleted from the game. It was Order 66th. Right, literally, that's the commit name for that change. However, TRSF had released the module slot overhaul for Pyanodon's mods back in 0.17 that allowed you to modify the module slot behavior on a number of buildings. This mod was unfortunately not updated for 0.18. I don't even know what's happened with TRSF with their pie veganism mod and all that. They were working on quite a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I have updated this mod, the module slot overhaul for Pyanodon's mods. You can find a copy of my updated version through the Pi community Discord at the moment. Basically, what I did was I made it so that it would load in 0.18, just one little change in the info.json. I added dependencies for the other parts of the Pi suite, and then I added all of the buildings that it didn't have as part of it to begin with. So the way that this mod is coded for the module slot behavior, you basically just have to manually type in the list of buildings that you want affected by this code, and then you just add this code. It just runs pretty well. It just finds the buildings in the list and then replaces the module slots with the based on what the current tier is, and based off of what the current value is of the Mark 1 building's module slots. So it's based off of this double every tier setting, for example, is if the building has 1 module slot, it will do 1 times 1 for level 1, 1 times 2 for 2 at Mark 2, 1 times 3 for 3 at Mark 3, or no, doubles the tier. So it multiplies the 2 to 4, and then it does the 4 to 8 at Mark 4. So this is what will give you the 8 module slots from 1 at Mark 1. However, if you start at 2 module slots at Mark 1, well, then you go from 2 to 4 to 8 to 16. That's how it works, but there's nothing now. There's no building that has more than 1 at Mark 1. That used to be, I think, the high pressure furnaces used to default to 3, but all that's changed since the introduction of this mod. But yeah, so I just updated it. I added all the buildings that were missing from Alien Life because that was brand new, as well as High Tech and Fusion Energy. Which means that the Pi Alien Life buildings that previously weren't affected by the default setting in Pycoal processing now actually do follow this behavior of doubling every tier. So now instead of having 3 modules at Mark 3 and 4 at Mark 4, now it is the actual 4 at Mark 3 and 8 at Mark IV with this setting enabled for all of the alien life stuff. And the high-tech stuff followed the default behavior previously, as well as the fusion energy stuff, so the only thing that wasn't really being impacted by the vanilla default coal processing setting to begin with was the stuff added in alien life. However, there was one little bug with the botanical nurseries at increased mark levels with the vanilla module slot setting, in that the vanilla module slot setting, even though the base Mark 1 version of the Botanical Nursery did not have any module slots, it gave module slots to the Mark 2, 3, and 4 buildings as if it had one module slot at the Mark 1 level. Due to how the Tirsef code was written, it actually bases everything on the number of module slots in the Mark 1 building, which means that if it's 0, none of the other Mark levels will have module slots, unless you specifically make an exception to that in the code. Say, hey, if it's a botanical nursery, then add 1 at the tier 1, and then go from there if you want the module slots on the botanical nurseries. I've left it without the slots. That does change a few things, because I was sort of using that to my advantage, but whatever. I'll go with not having those module slots at all in them. What is even happening here? I don't even know. Lack of organic solvent? That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. Where is my organic solvent? What? What? Hot air org solve. It's here. It's supposed to be organic solvent. Do I just not have... I swear, if this train is sitting here in the organic solvent... Okay, no. Train is not sitting at organic solvent, so I think it's a matter of a lack of number of trains. Where are they sitting? One is sitting at REO and one is sitting at Mall. Ah, that is the problem. I'm willing to bet that the rare earth oxide organic solvent is actually full, and it's just, yeah, it's just sitting. Because fluid mechanics! Because fluid mechanics suck. They really suck, and these are set to have 5 seconds of inactivity by default before they move on. It's like, okay, even though these are full, it's still not gonna move, because it's technically moving even a fractional amount of fluid. If even a fractional amount moves, it's no longer idle. So it's just gonna sit here until the end of time, basically, at these 2 stations. So I need to change these stations a little bit. Just a little bit. And actually, I think this needs to be a change in behavior of the mod itself. Where are the settings for TSM? Are these the proper settings? Or is it in here? Train Supply Manager. Minimum refueling amount, ticks per cycle. I don't know if I can change it. No. I can't change it. There's really no way to override the default wait time? Not in here, anyway. How about... in these priorities here. If I edit... No, that's not gonna do it. So, that's a problem, inherently, I think, with TSM. We can't tell it to override this inactivity behavior to be anything other than 5 seconds. I could have sworn... Is it under the sourcing priorities? There we go. There it is. It's under the sourcing priorities by each one. So if I go to organic solvent, I should be able to say, instead of being inactive, it's an or condition. We've got when empty or inactive. Okay. What is the best logic here? I think I can just get rid of the inactive, make it a wait timer of like 15 seconds. If it, like, it should be able to unload the fluid into this within 15 seconds. It can probably do it within 5, but I'll give it within 15 and do that update. Now, I don't think this has an immediate effect. It will affect the next thing, so I have to tell this to go back now, manually, and I can click on down over here, the organic solvent station, to find the other. Oh, hot air organic solvent. It's already moved. All right, good. This is going to end up filling the singular tank I have of it, and then stop at some point. Or, oh, you know what? It's already just using and sitting and using. So you're going to go get fuel and then go back and restart your thing. So there we go. That has been solved for that. I need to do that literally with every single fluid across the board. But we'll update with the hot air stuff first and then go from there. Maybe I'll do that off screen. I don't know. When it comes up as a problem, I suppose I should say. That's likely what I'll do, is when it comes up as a problem. So of course I have more modules. Of course I could do productivity and these, but Speed. Speed, glorious speed is where it's at. I could also mark for, like, everything and do all of those wonderful, beautiful things, change this, massively improve its output, but just whatever. Does not matter to me in the slightest. How is that organic solvent looking now? Oh, it's waiting. It's waiting because it doesn't have anything to do anymore yet. Alright, so the hot air. Let us do this thing. I need to know some numbers. Will Hellmod help me with this? So I'm looking for a little bit of hot air. A little bit. Excuse me. Hot air? There it is. Oh, excuse me. It's called... The recipes themselves is what it's searching for, and there's no... I don't know why it's not picking up hot air when I type in hot air, but yeah, anyway. This is the one that I will want, and I will want to have... speed. Glorious, beautiful speed module in there. Probably also beaconed the hell out of it. So we need some bricks. There's apparently only one recipe for that, and then there's this that has 2. So this will, of course, come out of the outlet gas stage 4. This is what will tell you the temperatures, by the way. 750 produces 500, and then the warm stone brick will use 500 and produce 250, which there's currently nothing you can do with the 250 gas. So this will output 1,000 units of the 250 gas ultimately. I forget how much I'm currently producing of this outlet gas for here, but yeah. By the way, neat little thing that you can do is if you have the apply module priority selected here, is just apply that to the full block, and it gives all of that module to everything on the block, which is useful. Very useful stuff if you have it. If you have a building that will always have the same module slot in this block, just have M enabled and you can apply that to all the thing. It'll also apply the current mark level of the machine that you have assigned to everything across the board. So I don't really need to look at anything else besides just this. We just need to make this. That is it. That is all. That is it. That is all. Now, of course, we need to make an initial supply of warm and warmer stone bricks in order to actually start this process off, which is why there is a minimum heat value on each of these. So in order to start this off, we actually have to use a little bit of our 1000C to make just warm stone bricks rather than the hot stone bricks. And I shall do that over in this general direction over here. Regenerative heat exchanger. You're going to, of course, be making some beautiful warm stone bricks in this recipe right here. Right here, that one. This one's going to be over here. It's going to make that one. And this one over here is going to make that one. The unknown key. The unknown key, hot stone brick. Okay, this process is going to start off okay. Give me my beautiful module slots and give me bacon. I love crispy, juicy, wonderful bacon. I could put this here, but that would, like, really impact that one, so these are gonna be, like, over here. Let's make them, like, in line. At proper spacing, and each of these uses 6. You know, just casually way the hell ass over beginning things, but sure, we'll go with that. I should mention that off-screen, I have not played this playthrough since we last met. You may have noticed nothing changed between last time and this time. That was because the game was literally broken. The save was literally broken. It happens. It happens. There was an issue with the pH petroleum handling not actually... Well, it had a tile, like a ground tile, defined, like, as if it existed, called space. Space! And a radar decided that it was gonna spawn a new chunk of map, and that freaked the game out because this thing for space didn't actually exist. This tile didn't actually exist, even though it was told it existed by PyPH. So it just, after about a minute of loading the save, would immediately crash the save. Doesn't matter what I did, it would have just immediately crashed. But today, that update was released to fix that. So that's good. But what have I done? What have I actually been playing besides the Pie Sweep? Because of course I've been playing other things. I've been playing C Block. That is a thing that I have done. I have been playing the C block, which is, like, really weird that I have actually been playing this thing. This just gets vented. Actually. Before that, though, you will, of course, move your stuffs. You need to... Wow. Okay. I need 2 of these, then. Why do I need 2 of these? Because each one caps at 120 per second. Because each loader caps at 120. Could I do them side by side with a splitter on each end and only have the one thingy? Yes, I can, and I should do that, considering each unit of belt is a glorious level 3 module. However, note, one entity, and then a single pair. It is actually better not to have the splitters. And it... or... what is it? It's like one entity? Is that it? Just one saved entity? Because you have the 2 other ones? Or is it just a wash? I think this is just a wash, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3... Yeah, it's identical on entity count, so it doesn't matter what I do here. Now, if I needed more throughput, if I needed a third out, then sure, having the one would be a little bit better. Alright. That makes those. You need 750, which I'm probably just gonna continue this all the way to the end as it currently exists, and then do the same exact thing here for that. Oh yeah, and then I actually have to, you know, make the hot air out of the hot stone bricks, following the exact same process. You can do a lot, so that's what I like to see. You can do a lot, and that will actually be that. Apparently I need a few more units of things to go through. Ah, that's why. That explains everything. Hello. That gives a cycle. That gives a cycle. Which means I can then do this trick here. Yes, this will work. So that makes 750, right? That makes 750. I think I actually have to keep this one briefly. I have to keep one of these. I think it's actually this one. Both of them. I need one more cycle of stuff. So let me just do that. Just to get some more cycle of stuff moving. Yeah, you now have 500C there. That 500C goes there. Ah, don't you love floating points? Isn't it great? Beautiful stuffs. I now need to void a lot. 1,000 units, so that's gonna be... I could use a tailings pond, so I guess I will. That makes things simpler. Uses more space, but makes things simpler. That will, of course... Can I not get... I can't get in... Oh, I could. Yay! Just barely being able to get back into my flying car. That's one of the things that you have to always watch out for. And then... Excuse me. There you go. There you go. We're doing the thing. We're making the stuffs. Now here, I need the 2 out again. Great, that's on this side. All the way over. So yeah, I was saying how I had started a C block playthrough. Oddly, very oddly. I don't know what came over me there, but yeah, it's changed a lot since the last time I have done Angels, let alone done a C block playthrough. So much has changed. So very much. I think it is a little bit better than before with a number of these changes. It seems a little smoother in the progression early on, but it's still a ton of waiting. Then again, I'm also, you know, a little bit better. I'm a little bit better than I was before with the game. So there is that too. There is that too, and I think I'm a little bit more how should I word it? I'm a little bit more patient than I was before. In part thanks to the Pi Suite itself. I'm looking for this beautiful thing. This beautiful thing is only capable of producing 1200 per tick, so I need 2 of these beautiful things. And they are making it, and I now have the glorious hot air. The glorious hot air. This glorious hot air is going to fill a tank. And this tank is going to share with another tank. They are going to be sharing their stuffs. That is what they're doing, and the bricks are flowing. I do not have enough bricks in the system? Or is it enough gas in the system? I think it's not enough gas in the system to process enough initial bricks to go through and keep going. So I need some more bricks. Alright, well, the solution to this is to do this and just let it process a whole bunch of bricks. Like, a whole bunch. Where's the... I don't have any more bricks. Hey, do you have some bricks? Probably not. No. There be no bricks. Unless I'm blind. There's, like, chromium in there for some reason. There's literally stone right here. Just to throw that concept out. There's literally stone right there. That needs to be flushed, so I can do that. And there we go. I apparently have too much now of the gas. Yeah, apparently now there's too much of stuff. Wow, this is dumb. Okay, let's see, how do I get through this BS? Oh, it's the output, not the input. That's the problem. Do I have to just vent a little bit more? A little bit of this, or put a tank for overflow.